Here to discuss is Victor Avila, retired supervisory special agent with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Republican candidate for Texas's 23rd Congressional District. Victor, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So I guess so much for never forget, right? We're literally being invaded by Islamic terrorists, and didn't it only take 19 hijackers to pull off 9/11? Hamas, Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, they all share the same ideology and goal. Victor, shouldn't we be concerned about the overwhelming number of Middle Eastern military-aged men making their way through America's wide-open border?
Absolutely. This is a national security crisis. And I'll tell you firsthand from my experience when I worked in Mexico and I was assigned to the U.S. Embassy there, I conducted human smuggling cases and counter narcotics investigations dealing with exactly these SIAs that you talk of, these special interest aliens coming from Bangladesh, Somalia, Yemen, Syria, and other countries that are subject to possibly sending their terrorists through Mexico. This is years ago, by the way, and it's been happening. They have been in Mexico, and they're using Mexico as a gateway to enter our country. It doesn't help that the border is wide open, and you see millions of people coming in. And like you mentioned, the gotaways especially, that we have no idea who they are, where they came in through. Are they in the United States? Absolutely. And we should not, as the United States of America and the government, wait for an attack to happen to react. We need to be proactive and start waking up to secure this border and to protect our American citizens.
We absolutely should. That should be priority number one, but clearly it seems to be last on the list for the current administration here. You mentioned special interest aliens. What exactly does that mean? From my take, that means terrorists with a special interest in taking over America. Would you say that's accurate?
That's absolutely right. They come with a very different agenda, that's for sure. These are not the migrant illegal aliens that we're talking about. These are illegal aliens that come from special interest countries, that terrorist-sponsored countries that have infiltrated our country through Mexico. And I don't want people to think that it is a conspiracy. This is the truth. There's a fact. I've dealt with them. I've interviewed them myself. And it's very difficult to identify them because they usually come with different identities at the southern border of Mexico once they're in Mexico, and then a different identity once they hit our northern border and the southern border of Mexico. It is very complex. And I want to mention, I was in Israel just a couple of months ago, and I stood there by the Gaza Strip and was briefed by the IDF about this particularly attack happening in their country. And if it could happen in Israel, who has a very secure border, it could easily happen in our country where it's wide open.
Absolutely. That is so concerning and should really, be at top of mind for everyone, but it doesn't seem that many people are connecting those dots here, so that's why it's so important to keep talking about it. Victor, why do you think America has forgotten the war, the terror, and the threat of Islamic Jihad? I mean, won't it be hard to fight Islamic terror going forward now that we have communities, for example, in Dearbornistan, Michigan, who have been celebrating the Hamas attacks?
This is the shift that I've been talking about for a while, and the ideology within our country shifting to, like you mentioned before, going after conservative American Christians versus the true jihadists and threat to our United States. And even the ones that are in the country celebrating, how about we start looking at them? Why are they sympathizers to Hamas and Hezbollah? This is what we should be focusing on. And this is the difference that we need to make. Another point that I'll make about them forgetting about 9/11 is allowing illegal aliens to get onto commercial airlines without any identification. And I've questioned TSA before and told them, have you forgotten 9/11, that they came on airplanes, hijacked and killed Americans? And so it is a complacency, but it is, I think, unfortunately, deliberate from within. This administration obviously does not care on the protection of their American citizens. They want to continue to send billions of dollars to other countries, but not our own, and invest in our protection.
Yeah, I think that is abundantly clear. It's America last yet again.